Well, welcome, business owners, managers, sales, and service professionals, to the revolutionary world of zoes. We want to thank you for taking time tonight. We really feel it will be well invested. And if you're ready, we're going to jump right in and get down to business. First of all, Zoes was designed by sales professionals and highly successful business owners like many of you. It is a very effective and easy system to use that helps sales and service professionals maximize daily productivity in a fast-paced technology world. But it does this while still supporting the personal principles that have made you successful, such as building and retaining long-term customer relationships. My name is Ron Sinini, and today we're going to show you exactly how Zoes can very easily impact your bottom line now and help you build a steady book of recurring business in the future. We'll address your specific challenges as a large or one-time sale industry, whether you deal in manufactured modular homes, home furnishings, cars, trucks, and SUVs, just to name a few. We know most of your challenges are the same. You have an economy-driven business filled with peaks and valleys. That said, your business impacts people's lives and often makes dreams come true. Zoes can help you capture moments like these and help you use them to build steady, long-term customer loyalty. For owners, it's no secret. Salespeople come and go often. Important notes and therefore relationships are often going to leave with them. Well, we're going to show you how to protect your intellectual property and how to transfer notes and customer information from one salesperson to another in seconds. As you've heard before, people and economies change, but systems don't. We'll go over how Zoes can give you a consistent daily system with customizable dashboards to easily oversee and track your sales pipelines, your service workflows, and your customer retention all in one place. And finally, we'll cover how Zoes can help you turn a transactional business filled with paperwork, files, and binders into a relationship business filled with testimonies, referrals, and uniquely targeted social media integration. Let me show you what I mean by that. Here's Dave Duncan after a sale in a typical system. The transaction's closed, and then he goes to finance and accounting and simply becomes a name on a folder or a line in a database. But with Zoes, we bring the power of faces and pictures with names to help you and your team stay focused on relationships. Now Dave is not a name on a piece of paper or a line in a database. He's a husband and a father driving away in his new 2012 Winnebago. Not only do you see his home address here, but if you look closely, you have Dave's employer, the product he purchased, and the amount that he paid. And with one click, you can see the commonalities and future sales information that the original salesperson loaded. Now with Zoe's automated daily report, it's emailed to managers and owners daily. You'll now be able to train in your sales and service department to add these quick pertinent notes into Zoes, and you'll be able to see that those notes actually get done. So take a look at this picture. How valuable would it be for your future if you had a picture and original notes from every customer? Dave has 2 kids. His wife's a homeschooler. He sells software. They're both on Facebook and LinkedIn. Dave's birthday and Shelly's birthday are right there. The bottom line with Zoes, you have a true book of business brought to life and secured. It's accessible at any time with points and clicks, and it's filled with pictures of people or the products that they purchased. Even more, Zoes comes with a uniquely designed social media platform that we're going to get into. It'll pull pertinent personal information from those you're connected to on Facebook and LinkedIn with one single click. So while your competitors continue to file away and store opportunities and wait for that walk-in traffic to appear, you can be generating and multiplying your book of business with Zoes. That's the personalization piece, and that's really the big picture concept before we get started. What I want to do before we get started and jump into a live demo is I want to show you and your team how easy everything is. Zoes is very easy to use. What you'll find is it's simple. It's simple in that you can literally get started with Zoes in less than 2 minutes, and you can master the system with little video tutorials that are going to guide you and your team step by step as individuals at your chosen times. Further, Zoes is web-based or cloud-based, works with PCs and Macs, and it requires no software installation. With Zoes, you go to our website, log in. There, all of your company information is kept secure and accessible at any time from most anywhere. Zoes is relatively no risk. It's only $15 per month per user. There's no setup fee, no costly training or implementation, no contract, and no early cancellation policy. If at any time you feel that Zoes isn't filling your needs, you simply go into the system, click terminate, and you won't invest another penny. So now we're going to jump into the live system itself. And again, before I do it, I want to let you know all your training is done with simple tutorials. So today, I'm going to go in and show you a few pieces of how easy the system is to use, but we're going to focus on the features and benefits. So let's start with logging in here. And when I do that, the first thing you're going to see pop up is the calendar. It's going to show me exactly what I've got to do today. So I might be on for 5 days and off for 2 days. I jump right in and I can hit the ground running as soon as I pop into Zoes. This is our integrated color-coded calendar. What's fantastic about this is you've got a calendar built into your system, and most companies don't. What's challenging about that is as you look at your sales and service, customer administration, you'll find that everybody's on a different calendar. Some have iCloud, some have Google, some have Microsoft Outlook. It's hard to stay centralized and keep and streamline your communications. Zoes helps you do that with the calendar. Very easy and simple to use, so we won't get in a lot of detail about how to. What I want to jump into is ease of use of the system. Again, Zoes is about productivity and relationships. So let's pop up here to settings. This is where you'd get started. Let's say that you're Bob owner, you come on board with Zoes. This is the first place you'll go. You'll set up your profile and then your security groups, positions, locations, and users. This is what's fantastic about Zoes when it comes to security. You as the owner can see everything, but you can control what everybody else sees. So management, customer service, and administration, you'll want them to access whatever they need to do their position. You can do it by location, and you can do it by territory. For salespeople, you're going to set them up as individual users. In other words, they're going to see their own information, but not everybody else's. As you know, salespeople, we've got turnover and things change, so we want to keep them separate. Either way, it's very easy to use, and you get to choose security settings. Now let's pop into the ease of use of Zoes. I'm going to show you a couple examples of where we set up drop-down menus so you establish a consistent system and you can save valuable time when you're entering the information. Let's pop over here to contact settings. This is where you would define or profile a contact based on your specific profile standards. So if you want to track lead source for ad and marketing dollars, you'd do that here. You simply click on a tool and you're going to type in the word lead source and you're going to name this. Then you're going to go in and you're going to name all of the ways that you generate leads. Very simple. So in the end, you've got your lead sources, and you're going to see this in a little while in the ways you generate leads. You can type in your models and types of products that you carry, the key products that you focus on. If you're a boat dealership, you can type in jet ski, pontoon, yacht, and camper. You'll have yachts, and you'll have it all set up. The year that you sold, you can go earlier than 2005 and out as far as you want to. That's how you would set up your contact settings, for example. Business process. This is where we're going to track your workflows, and these are going to be tied to those dashboards that we briefly discussed, and we'll talk about more in detail in a minute. Let's go through one. This is a sales process. So I'm a sales manager and owner of a business, and I want a process for my sales team. I'm going to call it sales, and then I'm going to type in a couple of steps. Generate a lead, they introduce themselves, they qualify the people, they show, and they close. We've got 5 steps here. You might have less, you might have more. Here's where you set up your timers that we'll discuss in a minute. You can do it by number of days or by date. The bottom line is, owners and managers, we want to drive activity and have a sense of urgency. So you give your salespeople, in this example, 8 days. If I give you a lead and you haven't contacted them within 8 days, I'm going to get an email. It's going to turn yellow. I'm going to get another email. It's going to turn red, and then we're going to sit down and talk about it. Very, very simple to do. Remember, all these areas are going to be trained to you by, you're going to be trained by simple video tutorials up here. And I know I'm talking fast, but we want to stick to features and benefits. Let's jump into the nuts and bolts, or the meat and potatoes of the system. I'm going to bring you back here into the contact listings area, but first I want to show you how easy it is to set up a new contact. You simply click New Contact, and you come into our contact profile screen. This is where you very simply build the depth and the quality of the information, where the little things count, where today matters. This is where your income producing activity now and in the future will take place. Let's start by loading a contact. I'm going to use Steve. He's a coworker of mine, and show you how simple this is. Now, I'm connected to Facebook and LinkedIn. You don't have to be, but I'm going to show you why you and your people want to be connected to Facebook and LinkedIn. Watch this. All I did was type in Steve, and I go over here to this Facebook icon. Zoes is going to go into my Facebook and pull up all the Steves. I click on it, pulls in information. Now I go to the LinkedIn icon. Zoes is going to go out to my LinkedIn page and pull all my first and second connections. There's Steve English. I click. With 2 clicks and the name Steve, I have his last name, I have his title, I have his company information, the address, the website, I even have his birthday. So you can see how powerful Zoes is and how it's already working for you. It's even pulled in 2 separate pictures for me. Now watch this. I go back to Facebook again. It takes me right to Steve's Facebook page. It connects me to all of his friends. Now I have another warm market that I can work on. As you can see, you can completely separate yourself from your competition and start to build a steady book of business even during the peaks and valleys. Now, our system was built by sales professionals and business experts, so you have everything that you need and nothing that you don't need. So let's walk through and let's place Steve in an actual pipeline. I'm going to say that he's a customer, not a prospect. He's already purchased something. So the business process he's going to go into is retention, how I'm touching him after the sale. And I owe him a 6-month check. I've already sent his thank you card. And we're going to make something up here. Let's say he purchased a truck and it was $40,000, so it's not really a projected value. That's what he paid. The lead source he came from, well, I actually got a referral for Steve English. The model he chose was a Ford. Key product is a truck. See all the drop-down menus? We already set that up real quickly, and now we're ready to rock and roll. When our new people come on board, they can just point and click and drop down. Now I'm going to scroll down here to a special date field, and this is where we call this our activity area or our trigger field. This is where you track follow-up. This is where, and you're going to see this in just a minute. Now, I've typed in some information and used some drop-downs. Watch what Zoes does. When I click Save, it's going to take Steve English and it's going to pop him right into my contact listing page. This is your income-producing activity screen. Everything you need to do to produce income now and in the future is right here. First and last name, contact type. These are all, whether they're a customer or a prospect. The lead source, track ad and marketing dollars, your key products that they purchased or want to purchase, the models and types, the years they're sold, the business process they're in. If they're a customer, they're going to be in your retention process. You should be sending them thank you cards, 6 months checkups, anniversary cards. If they're a prospect, you should be following your business process. For example, this is a manufactured home prospect. They're in the improvement stage. They're waiting on a foundation. This one's a manufactured home. They're in the stipulations phase. They're going through closing right now. Here's the follow-ups for these people, what they need to do on any given date. So every prospect and customer has follow-up tied to them. Birthdays of each one of your customers so you can keep in touch and send them emails on their special day. And then this will show you, the owner or the manager, where all your salespeople are at any given time. This is powerful because in here you've got all the information you need. Let's click on somebody, John and Jenny Campbell. Immediately the activity ring and the quick view pops up, shows you their information. If you click on here and you want to review the notes, this is actually somebody going through the submittal process. John and Jenny just bought their first home, chose the Model 2 floor plan. Great couple. He's a painting contractor. She's an accountant. Baby is set 18 months. Now you can send out birthday wishes once they get through submittal and everything, and you close the deal. Even better, as business owners and managers, we want to spend as much time as possible to keep coach, teaching, and training our sales people, but there's not enough time in the day. Zoes is going to help you with your time management and productivity. Take a look at this. We have an advanced screen. So let's say you want to go in here and look at how your salespeople are performing. You can simply go in here and click on any of them. So let's click on Jane Sales. It pulls up all of Jane's sales information. It pulls up every prospect and customer that she's personally worked on, and you can click on them. So you go in here. Here's a picture of a BMW. This is Margaret Hyra, so evidently she's working this to close right now. Go in and take a look at the notes that they've loaded. Loves the white convertible, wants to look at the Mercedes and make sure. She said to call her on July 5th. She's looking to trade in her 2008 BMW. So you've got all this information, and this is her action item. She needs to call them back on July 5th. You want to make sure that happens. Even better, you can go in and talk to Jane and say, why didn't we close Margaret while she was here? Why is she going to the Mercedes dealership? Whatever questions you want to ask, you can go in here and you can coach, teach, and train. You can also look at yourself from this screen, everything that you have going on. Let's go into John Sales, for example. Let's click on Dave and Shelley Duncan, and let's go look at the recent activity folder that we have. We've got contact profile where you look at all the notes and information, calendar, their location. Let's go in here. This is called recent activity. Anytime one of your salespeople or service people make an email or a phone call or text, they can log it in here, and you can see all the activity that your sales and service people going on. We've even got a library. If you click on library, you can post important documents. This is a PDF. You can post PDFs, JPEG pictures, whatever you have. This here is Dave and Shelley Duncan's sales agreement as an example. So in your recent activity folder, this is basically where you go in and you can look at all the history and important documentation that you've got going on. That's our advanced field, and you can actually click on any of that information from here. So what we've covered so far is income producing activity. We've covered relationships. We covered ease of use. Now we want to focus on driving sense of urgency, activity, and productivity. Let's go out and look at our dashboards. Our dashboards is where you're going to drive that sense of urgency and get your people moving to the next step to make sure everybody is producing as they're moving. This is a sales process dashboard. So we looked at the sales process in the 5 stages: lead, introduce, qualify, show, and close in a different format earlier. This is the actual dashboard for that. This is going to show you all the contacts that you have in the lead stage, the contacts you have in the introduce, qualify, every one of the stages. It's going to show you the value. So under lead here, you've got 4 contacts worth $226,000 potential dollars, and they've been in the pipeline an average of 8 days. When you look at the percentages, it's going to show you those in relation to the overall book of business. This is the sales process dashboard. Let's look at the detail side of this. When you pop on detail, it's going to bring you in and show you the actual names of the prospects you're working on and the actual days they've been in the process. Anything in yellow and red, this means that your customizable timer's going off. Customizable timers in Zoes are going to help you and your team move prospects through the pipeline in a specified amount of time. Any in yellow are going to prompt Zoes to send an email reminder to the salesperson and manager to take action within 24 hours. Any in red means we're going to send a second email letting you know that a deadline is passed. For example, Stuart Garner, he needs to be introduced. He's been sitting there 14 days. Patricia Iceland's been a lead for 15 days and nobody's contacted her yet. You're going to get an alert on that. You can look at this in number of days. You can also look at it in dollars. Now let's move into the service area. We're going to use manufactured homes as an example. It's a great one to use because when you sell a manufactured home, you've got to go into what's called improvements. And when you go into improvements, that's where people select their foundation, light pole, water, possibly a deck, and they set the deliver, set, and trim date. All that means to you, if you're not in this industry, is that your service department stays on top of things. This is an incredible tool for retaining satisfied customers and saving the service department time and money. Again, orange means this contact is 1 day away from their water being shut off. Red simply means that this light pole installation is past due and you've got to make some phone calls. It doesn't matter whether you're in home furnishings or automotive. You can set up oil and lube, transmission, whatever your services are. Zoes is going to help you and your people complete action items and build and complete them on time. That is how you maximize productivity inside of Zoes. And last but not least, let's get into what we do after the sale, and let's talk about client retention. Client retention is one of the more often overlooked pieces of business in the sales arena. Client retention is what you and your customers are doing after the sale's taken place. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But in retention, this is where you send thank you emails, 6-month checkups, anniversary cards or emails, service coupons and testimonies, and this is where you would track on all of them. Again, this gentleman purchased something 15 days ago and a thank you email hasn't been sent. You're being alerted. We want to be able to retain the book of business that we work so hard to build, and that is the dashboards. Now let's wrap it up with turnover, because it's great to have all this information available. It's great to have your salespeople on the same page and loading information. But what happens when they leave with their folders or binders and walk out the door and take information with them? Well, they can't, because it's locked inside of Zoes, and we've got turnover protection, and we've also got the ability to transfer the information immediately so balls don't get dropped. That includes your calendars, your notes, everything. Here's how we do that. Let's say John doesn't want to sell anymore. You're going to take Bullock and Duncan and Gotkin and Holt and Justice and these customers and prospects, and you're simply going to walk them over to Jane. And you're going to temporarily place them with Jane, Bullock, Duncan, Gotkin, Holt, and Justice. And when you find a new salesperson, somebody else can take over those clients. Very easy to transfer the information so balls don't get dropped and everybody gets taken care of. That is called our assign and reassign. From here, it's all about getting started, and Zoes is very, very simple to get started with. We want to help you build that book of business, and we want to help you start doing it now. So the way we do that is you simply go to our website. You click on register, and when you do that, you type in a minimal amount of information. You're going to choose the number of users that you want, and you're going to get started. And Zoes is going to immediately start training you as soon as you click save and submit. We're going to have welcome videos that pop up and begin to walk you and your people step by step through video tutorials on their own time and get you started. In the meantime, you can contact us through support at zoes.com. Know that we are available for you. We do personal, customized webinars for you and your company. We get on GoToMeeting and we can show you exactly how to set up your personal system based on your profile standards and how you go to market. We're here to take care of you. Thank you so much again for your time. That wraps things up for me. Make it a great day and good luck in all of your business endeavors. Thank you, everybody.